Hey everybody, welcome back to my vlog. First, I just want to say thank you so much for the people that I specifically sent an invite to follow me and subscribe. Thank you so much for that. I really appreciate it. Okay, because the goal is to grow my subscribers. Right now, I think I'm at 140 something. So the goal is 200. I'm trying to do them like in 100 increments. So if you guys who have subscribed to my channel, go ahead and share. Share with somebody who might be interested in following my life. I'm going to be as transparent as possible, not too much. But with all that being said, welcome to Life Lately with Natasha. I'm Natasha. And so today I have a little bit of time. I had a couple days off from work. As a flight attendant, that you have unique schedules and you're off on the most randomest of days. So today I just wanted to talk a little bit about what I do, because I do get questions sometimes, and I just wanted to answer a few of those questions for those of you who have inquired. So here we go. I'm just talk a little bit about my job and what I do. Do I fly all over the world? No, I do not. I could fly all over the world on my leisure, but for work, we mainly fly domestically. So if you took the map of the United States and you close it in half, I fly this side of the map. This side meaning New York, West Virginia, North Carolina, Florida, rarely Florida. But if I do fly into Florida, is usually Tallahassee, Pensacola. So we basically fly into towns that I've personally ever been to until I started this job. So Shreveport, Augusta, like I said, Pensacola, White Plains, New York, a lot of these places. Let's see, what else? Oh, internationally, the most international we'll fly for regional is Canada and the Bahamas. Shout out to my Eleuthera family. You know who you are. And yeah, that's pretty much where I go. What is my schedule like? One thing I can appreciate about my schedule as a flight attendant is like today, right? I'm off. It's Thursday. I did a 4-day trip a few days ago, and I was done with work by 2:00 on a Tuesday afternoon. You know what I'm saying? I was tired as all get out, but if I wanted to, I could have, gone and hang out somewhere with a friend, or, have dinner, or I could have hopped another plane and decided to go somewhere for a couple of days, have Wednesday, Thursday, Friday off. I like the schedule. I like that it's not a typical 9-to-5 job, In terms of like, when do I go? It really depends on the need of the industry. So a lot of our heavy flying happens in the summertime, spring break, that time. It's gonna start to kind of slow down a little bit, just a hair, because we have the holidays coming up, so that could pick up. But yeah, it depends on the need of the industry. Now, we have like two, I guess you can call them shifts. So it's P1 and P2. So P1, which I love, because I love for my day to be done by noon or like 2:00 like it was the other day. So it's like anywhere from 5 a.m. to like 2 p.m. That's P1, and P2 caters more to the late afternoon evening flights. I can't do evening flights. I do them if I have to, of course, but I don't like it because my body tends to shut down when the sun is going down. But when they call you, you have to go. You have to go. Unless you're sick, and I don't like calling off sick unless I'm really sick. I'm that kind of employee. Anyway, yeah, so basically I fly mostly P1 during the spring and summertime. Why? Because it gives me a chance to explore a town or a city that I may be interested in and check out some eateries or, whatever it is that particular town is known for. I like to do that and explore those things. For P2, I leave my P2 for fall, winter, because when it's cold, you want to be cozy in your bed in your hotel and just chill and watch Netflix or whatever. So I usually bid. Now, when I say bid, so on the 10th of each month, we have an opportunity to bid for whether you're looking for a day off or you want to be scheduled during a particular time, like the P1 and P2 that I just described. When you submit your bids, you don't always get them, especially if you're a junior like I am. Like, people who have more seniority tend to get what they ask for. If you're a junior and you happen to get what you asked for, kudos to you. So that's pretty much how that works. Oh, reserve life. Yeah, okay. So I've been a flight attendant for 2 years. Reserve is basically another way of saying you're on call, right? So whenever they have the ready reserve and they have the at-home reserve. Mostly I'm at-home reserve, which is fine with me. Also, whether you fly or not, you will get paid if you're still on reserve. Now, if you dropped your reserve days and you have nothing going on, you do not get paid for the days that you drop. You don't. But if you're on reserve or on call and you don't fly, you still get paid your guaranteed, what's the guaranteed minimum? Yeah, something like, guaranteed minimum or guaranteed hours or credit hours, as we like to call them, whether you fly or not. So for the whole time I've been flying, I've only done ready reserve 4 times, if that. I could be wrong even in that. And when you're on ready reserve at the airport, you're there for like, I want to say 8 or is it 10 hours? For my flight attendant folks, please correct me if I'm wrong. You only get paid 4 hours out of that whole time that you're there, if no one calls you. Now, if you're at the airport and they need you to come or take a trip because someone called in sick or someone was late or whatever, then you get paid for that trip. So that's how that works. At home, like I said, you're at home, they call you, they usually call you within a 2-hour window, and you have time to get ready and pew to the airport, and that's that. Let's see, off reserve. Oh, okay, so a line holder. A line holder is someone who, like, we get our schedule on the 16th of each month. When you get your schedule, you see your trips, you know exactly where you're going. That's when you're off of reserve, you're no longer in reserve, and you're now a line holder. So you know exactly where you're going, which is cool because then you can see how you can better plan your personal life. You know, if you have something going on or you want to go out of town or you have a doctor's appointment or whatever, you can better plan or schedule what personal stuff you got going on. Reserve is so funny because you make plans and them things gonna have to come crashing down. Like, for instance, my nephew, my sweet nephew, is getting married on Sunday and I'm on reserve that day, and there's a possibility that I might not make that wedding. That's just the lifestyle of being a flight attendant. You're not always gonna make, events and special occasions, and you have to go in with the understanding that's what's gonna happen or could happen. So I'm hoping I don't get called in so I can celebrate with my nephew and his soon-to-be wife. But if not, that's just the way it is. Your reserve does not go away unless they hire new people. And the more people that they hire and bring to your base, your seniority grows up, which gives you a better chance of holding a line. So has been hiring like crazy, like crazy, because the turnover rate, you know, people sometimes they come in, they realize it's not exactly what they expected and they quit, or some people, you know, get fired for doing, you know, things they're not supposed to, or maybe some people just decide to move on, get the experience, get their feet wet, and move on to mainline, which is like legacy carriers like Delta, Alaska, United, American, and there's one more, but I don't remember what it is. Anywho, but yeah, so still on reserve. All right. Talk about the passengers. So I've had people say to me, oh, Tash, you know, I'm sure you get rude passengers and crazy passengers and blah, blah, blah. But to be honest with you, I don't have those kinds of experiences with passengers. I really don't. I just don't. I'm pretty friendly. I'm pretty bubbly. You know, usually the energy I give is this right here. And I believe that the energy you give is the energy that you get back. But I'm also fully aware that a lot of, you know, I won't say a lot of times, but sometimes I'm not going to get the energy that I give out. And I've had it happen. I mean, I will be standing at the main cabin door working the front of the cabin, and I'm like, good morning, welcome aboard. And I just get a blank face. And sometimes I don't even get eye contact. But it's not going to stop me from being me. And I'm certainly not going to take it personally, because whatever that person's, you know, going through, or whatever kind of mood they're in, has nothing to do with me. Nothing. So I don't come across rude passengers. I also think too, it has a lot to do with delivery and how you speak to people. And that's one of the things that I make sure I'm very cognizant of how I deliver a message and how I speak to people. You know what I mean? So I have no rude passenger stories. I maybe had one, but I think I have some time to share that. Okay, so I have one. This one passenger, I was working the front of the cabin, and in our first class area, there are 12 seats. There's like a row of 1 seats by the window, and then the row of, you know, 2, right? 4 rows. So in 1A for federal regulations, the window is supposed to be open. Federal regulations state that really customers are supposed to comply with our instructions. And that 1A window needs to stay open in case of an emergency. We need that window open for various reasons. So we usually don't let them turn down the shade until we get to 10,000 feet. So the gentleman that was sitting in 1A, he had the window shut. I'd opened it. He had it shut. And after my safety demonstration, I say, hey, I need this window open, right? Just like that. So he looks at me and he's like, and points to everybody, not even speaking, y'all. Not even speaking. And he points like, as to say, well, everybody else has their window, you know, down. I said to him, I need this one open, okay? Feel free to pull it down at 10,000 feet. I said, it's like that. I'm not gonna even tell y'all what I really wanted to do to that cat. But it's like, it's stuff like that. Like, I'm just like, I'm not even tripping on you, but you're going to do what I say. Because what people need to understand is that as crew, we do have the ability to affect your flight privileges if you don't comply. And people need to understand that. They just need to understand that. So anyway, that was my only situation with that individual. Do I like my job? Oh my gosh. Like is just such an understatement. I love my job. I love what I do. I really, really do. I enjoy it. It definitely shows in my performance. For anybody who's ever worked with me, who's a crew member, they can tell. My passengers can tell. It just shows. I love it. And I love it for more than the reason of being able to fly all over the place and go to these really unique towns and travel for leisure if I want to. But I really enjoy connecting with my passengers. I do. We have a good time. Anybody who's flying with me, y'all will get the 5-star, 7-star treatment. And I just like making people feel good and people feel special and comfortable and most importantly, safe. You know, I love my job. I love my job. And does it get lonely sometimes? It does. It does. It can get lonely sometimes. Now, I'm an introvert, believe it or not. My quiet time is very important to me, and I need that time to recharge. And I'm thankful that we have layovers. And a lot of times, 90% of the time, I do not hang out with my crew. I politely excuse myself and be like, hey guys, I'll see you in the morning, or, you know, whatever, I'll see you in the afternoon. But while I do enjoy my downtime, sometimes it can get lonely, which is why I share my Insta story, just to bring everybody along with me and it not feel as lonely. You know what I'm saying? I'm in a different hotel all the time. I'm in a different city. I'm away from home for a lot. So it can get a little lonely, but I do find ways to quell that. And this is one of them, which is why I started my YouTube channel again. So, yay. Let's see. Yep, I covered that. Ooh, I think, did I say about exploring towns? Yeah, I do. I talked about that already. And do I have buddy passes? Whoo, child. Okay, so, but we do have companion passes, which basically caters to immediate family. So it could be for a spouse, a partner, a boyfriend, a girlfriend, parents, children, that immediate, you know, or our best friend, you know, that immediate circle. You can assign your companion pass to any of those individuals. So that's how that works. I will say this though, be mindful of how you come about asking your flight attendant friends for buddy passes, especially if you don't talk to them or correspond with them at all. It's mad awkward. It really is. It's like you don't say hi, you don't do nothing, you don't say hey boo, nothing. It's like, how do you fix your mouth to ask for a buddy pass from somebody that you barely know? You don't talk to them, you don't see them, you don't do anything. I think that's just so weird. So please be mindful, you know, of how that looks on your end. You know, check on us. You know that saying that says check on your strong friends? Check on your friendly neighborhood flight attendant friend. For real, for real. Okay? Don't just go to them asking for stuff. Okay? All right. Anyway, that's all I got to say. That's all I'm going to share today. Thanks again for tuning in and share a little bit of my personal life. It's not going to just be about my flight attendant. That's not what this is about. This really is my personal blog. So I am going to share, you know, some personal things, my thoughts, my feelings, or, you know, whatever it is that I'm doing. So it's going to be more than just that. Flight attending, is flight attending a word? Being a flight attendant is what I do. It's not the embodiment of who I am. Okay, so that's just a little piece of, you know, what I do. But anyway, thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to subscribe. If first time stopping by, welcome. Don't be a stranger. Go ahead and subscribe. Also, don't forget to turn on your notifications so you can keep up with what I'm doing next. Share. Go ahead and share. It's okay. Like, comment. I'm very good about responding to people and all of that stuff. I think I covered everything. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Yeah, I think that's it. And notification buttons. Yep. All right, y'all. Well, have a great day. Be safe out there.